More details about the man who was shot near an SAF live firing area have been revealed, and after watching this, you will finally know why he was admitted to the hospital in the afternoon, and yet the police only knew about it at night. So, least you have been living under a rock. Here's a simple recap. In the shocking news, a 42-year-old man was revealed to have been shot on his lower back while cycling in a restricted area on 15 June at around 11:40 am. It turned out that during that time, there was a live firing exercise at SAF Nee Soon Range about 2.3 km away from where the man was injured. The police was only notified at 11:55 pm that day, a whole 12 hours later. The man has now recovered after a surgery to remove the bullet sac, and he has since been investigated for willful trespass. Now, I know many of us are wondering, how the heck can a bullet fly 2.3 km? I mean, many of us cannot even run 2.4 km. That question remains unanswered, but at least now, we know what the man was allegedly doing. The Straits Times reported that the man, whose identity is not revealed yet, is a regular cyclist. And in case you didn't know, some hikers, runners, and cyclists will use a popular app called Strava to record and show their runs. Strava is kind of like a social media app, but instead of showing off your latest dinner, you show off the distance you have covered on the map, which is recorded with GPS. So, based on his Strava records, the man might have been accessing the restricted area since 2014, and in 2025 alone, he has entered the area for at least 10 times. Anyways, he has since deleted his social media accounts. So, what really happened on that fateful day? If you are looking to advertise your business in this channel, we can help you. There are guaranteed views and many big brands have trusted us. Just click on the link in the description. Based on the Strava records, the man has started to cycle from Chestnut Nature Park from 9:50 am with about 9 other cyclists. Now, they had initially entered an official legal trail for people to run, hike or cycle, but around 11 am, they turned into the restricted area. It's unknown how many people made that turn, but it was at least 2. This restricted area is called the Woodcutter's Trail. Later I'll tell you more about this, but just know that if he had followed the official legal trail, he won't end up there. You need to deliberately turn into the Woodcutter's Trail, which, by the way, is filled with signboards but it's not fenced up. I'll explain later why that is so. So, he then cycled for another 40 minutes there before he was hit by a bullet. Now, as an NS man, I believe he can likely hear the sound of weapons firing, because live firing is much louder than the brands that we use in training. Therefore, if I were to speculate, I think he does know that it's a bullet injury and not some bird that fly down to his lower back, bite him, and then fly away. Note that this is only my speculation but remember this point as it will be important later. So, instead of getting medical help with an ambulance once they are out of the forest, his friends somehow managed to take him to NUH at about 1 PM instead. Now, I'm not a combat medic, but I have trained enough in the army to know that if someone suffers a gunshot wound, you don't just take him to the hospital like you are taking your kid to the polyclinic for a vaccination Anyways, once he got into the hospital, the medical team did the usual triage, basically checking how serious his condition was, so they know who to treat first. The man did not reveal that it could be a firearm-related injury, and when the medical team assessed, they couldn't tell that it was caused by a bullet. Therefore, he only went for the surgery at 10 PM that night. And boy, I bet the medical team had a shock when they saw a bullet in his body instead of a bicycle part. It was also revealed that the bullet had narrowly missed his kidney. That was when the hospital informed the police, which is why the police was only notified at 11:55 PM. When the police interviewed him, he reportedly said that he was not near the restricted area. It was only on the next day that he admitted that he was in the area. So now, all I can say is that between believing the man and believing the range of bullets, I'm more inclined to believe the range of bullets because anyone who has been in the army will know that bullets traveling over 2.3 km in the forested area is well, you ask your father, brother, boyfriend, husband. Now, let's address the burning question. What's with the trail? In case you didn't know, even though Singapore is an urban jungle, we do have hiking trails. I mean, one of the most popular ones is the Treetop Walk walking trail, whereby you have to walk a distance before you can reach a man-made IG-worthy suspension bridge. Now, these trails are illegal, and there are even rest points for you to sit. But just like any trails, it's a little dangerous, but it's good exercise. And once you are in, you cannot just call Grab to send you home as you will be deep in the forest. They look a little like the trails soldiers go through in the army, but it's usually much easier, with less challenging terrains, no leaves covering your path, and no bloody enemy ambushing you. Now, what the man did was initially legal. He had gone into a legal trail, but it was at the 11 AM mark that he deviated from the legal trail and heading towards a trail that is not legal. This trail is called the Woodcutter's Trail, and since it's not legal, this name is not named by the authorities, but just a nickname by people. You see, from here, the legal trail is moving up and down in this map. When you are moving up and down here, there will be signboards showing that this area is restricted. But people turn towards the right of this map, which is a restricted area So, why not just fence out the entire area? Well, experts cited a few reasons, like the restriction of movement of wildlife. Now, what should you do then? It's actually good that this incident occurred, as this might finally discourage people from entering restricted area. After this incident, people have reportedly deleted entries of their venture into Woodcutter's trail in Strava too. So hopefully this will eventually create an impactful change. So let's just say that the man indeed takes a bullet for the team. Anyways, you should also watch this to know how army trains in the jungle, so you won't need to really worry about bullets. And thank you for spending almost 5 minutes with me. I really appreciate it and hope that you learned something.